Well, good evening, Barnaby. Can you tell us about this military agreement? Does it mean U.S. will have permanent bases in the Philippines? And what does it mean for the Philippines?
Well, Zhou, what this basically means is an expansion of U.S. military presence here in the Philippines. At present, there are about 600 American soldiers rotating in and out of the country. And so with this agreement, there will be a sharp increase in the number of American soldiers rotating in and out of this country year in and year out. Now, officials wouldn't say just how much more American troops will be here in the country. They're saying that will depend on the activities that are being planned every year between the U.S. and the Philippines armed forces. Now, what this also means is that the U.S. will have greater access to Philippine military bases, meaning that they will be able to build and operate their own facilities within these Philippine military bases. They will also be able to pre-position their military assets, for example, their fighter jets and their ships. They will be able to pre-position these military assets in various places in the Philippines. That doesn't necessarily mean that the United States will be patrolling the waters around the Philippines, such as the South China Sea. What this basically means is that they will help the Philippines develop its own capability to effectively patrol its own waters. As you mentioned, the Philippines and the U.S. are saying that this is for regional stability and peace and not really to contain China's rise. Zhou.
Of course, President Aquino wants this pact to bring more security to the Philippines, but what do average Filipinos think about this?
Well, there's actually growing support among the Filipino public for this agreement, partly because of national sentiments, but largely also because of what they saw during Typhoon Haiyan. There was a huge assistance from the U.S. during Typhoon Haiyan, and so if there are more American troops stationed here, if there are more American military assets stationed here in the Philippines, the thinking is that the U.S. will be quicker to respond to these emergency situations. But having said that, American military presence here in the Philippines has always been a contentious and divisive issue. The Americans had bases here in the Philippines until 1991. When Philippine Congress kicked out American troops. And so there have been protests leading up to Obama's visit today, and they're saying that this agreement is unconstitutional, that it is de facto permanent basing, because while American troops will be rotating in and out, they will be here in the Philippines year in and year out. And the fact that Americans will have facilities inside Philippine bases is also unconstitutional, they're saying. Zhou.
Okay, we'll see how that play out. Thank you, Barnaby, for your reporting from Manila. Well, U.S. President Barack Obama's Asian trip this week had excluded a trip to China. But China's Foreign Ministry spokesman Qin Gang said peaceful development and cooperation were common interest in the region. He said American intentions would be reflected in what their words and actions.
美国人已经在不同的场合
U.S. President Barack Obama has said many times and on different occasions that the U.S. has no intention to contain China, and we agree that China and the U.S. share comprehensive common interests in Asia-Pacific affairs. The two nations should strengthen cooperation and work together with other relevant nations in the region to enhance the peace, stability, development, and prosperity of the region.
和平稳定